Jai Hind to everyone. Myself is Dr. Shashank Sahu from Akgec Engineering College. Today I am going to discuss about the topic Node.js. Basically, it is a introductory session. So now I am going to discuss about the topic Node.js. Basically, it is a introductory lecture related to Node.js, and this topic is the part of subject web technology, and it is under the unit 4. So let's start what is the Node.js. So Node.js basically it is a open source environment and it is server environment. So when we talk about the Node.js programming, that is we are doing a server programming, and it allows to run JavaScript because it is based on the JavaScript. So JavaScript basically has a two type of approach for running. One is at the client side and second is at the server side. So when you simply run the JavaScript, mostly it is running at the client side. When we talk about the Node.js, basically it is based on the JavaScript, but it will run on the server. And important part is Node.js is free. You can download it and develop the program, and you can distribute the program also. And Node.js can run various platforms. It can run on the Windows, Linux, Unix, and many platforms. This Node.js is available. So it has a versatile platform for which we can develop the application. Next, what is the Node.js? Basically, how it is working. So suppose you are sending a request, a file request in the Node.js. So this request will go to the computer file system, and when a Node.js will send a request to the computer file system, or Node.js send a request for fulfilling to the server, it is not wait for the request and it is ready to handle the next request. These 2 points are very important. Again, I am repeating, when Node.js send a request to the server, it is not waiting for outcome of the request. It is just put the request is under the execution. The meantime, it is able to handle the next request. This is a very important property of the Node.js. When the file system open and read the file and the server returns the content of the client. So if you send a request for reading a file and file system is sending the content of the client, then Node.js will handle this request. So we can say Node.js eliminates the waiting time and simply continue with the next request. This is important. So in other words, Node.js send a request. It is not waiting for fulfillment of any request, and it start moving to the next request. When the outcome of the first request has received, then it will handle the outcome of the first request and also go with the next request. So waiting time has been reduced in the Node.js. Next important part, Node.js is single-threaded, non-blocking, asynchronous programming, which is very memory efficient. These 4 properties very important. Single-threaded, at a time one request will be handled. Non-blocking, it will not block in it. This Node.js program cannot be blocked because of the input-output operation. Because of asynchronous, it can handle the multiple requests without waiting. You are sending one request, no need to wait. Handle the next request. Sending the next request, no need to wait for that request. Again move to the next request. And this 4th property is a memory efficient. Takes less memory. Utilize the memory properly in the programming. When you write a Node.js program, the file of Node.js has the extension of .js. So it is a simple brief of what is the Node.js. It is open source and there is no waiting for the request in the Node.js. It is a single-threaded, non-blocking and asynchronous programming approach, and it is memory efficient. Now, to work on the Node.js programming, there are 2 approaches are available. The first is online Node.js environment. Many online tools are available. You upload your program and you can run the program. Second is on your own laptop or desktop, download the Node.js and create the environment, and you can run the Node.js program in the local machine. Next, to create a Node.js application, like I am going to discuss about how to create the first application of the Node.js. So when you create the first application, any application of the Node.js, the first part is import a module. So if you create a program, we need to import the module of particular application that you are interested to create the program. Then after importing the module, create a server, because I told at the starting of this lecture, Node.js is a server programming approach. So we need to create the server to work on this Node.js program. Then we are sending the request. We read the request and return the response. So as the server is created in the Node.js, that server will read the request, and on the basis of request, it will return back the outcome of the request as in the form of response. So three things are important: import the modules, create the server, read the request, and return the response. Now, if you are going to import a module, what is the instruction in the Node.js? We need to use the Node.js statement, or you can say instruction is required. Here we are going to include a module. The name of the module is HTTP. So this sentence require HTTP is telling that we are going to import the module HTTP in my program. It will create an instance, and that instance will be stored in a variable HTTP. Here the name is same. Here you can have the separate name also. You can have P, Q, R, whatever the variable you want to give. So important, when this module is imported in your program, it will create an instance of that module and it will be stored in the variable. In the further programming, you will use this variable for accessing this module. So now we discuss a simple Node.js program to display the hello world. So this is the first program to display the hello world. So in the first instruction, as I discussed, we need to import a module. So we have created a module. We have imported a module here, HTTP, and the corresponding variable is created HTTP. So this is the first requirement of any Node.js program. Need to include a module related to your application. So here we have included HTTP module. Second part is to create the server. So here the server is created here on the basis of this module variable. We have created the instance of that module. Now important is we need to pass the request to the server. So we need to create a function. So here we have created a function. This function is the keyword with the two variable request and response. Request is to give the request to the server, and response will give the content back to from the server. So this function is basically referred by a variable listener. Now in this function that will be given to the server for the execution, we have only two statements, first and second. The first statement is setting the header part. It has two parts, first part and this is the second part. The first part basically the status code of the website response. So 200 is a fundamental status code to show that the website is working well. And second part is the content, which type of content you are dealing with the server. So we are using the content type. We can dealing with the text as well as HTML also. So we are giving the content type will be text or HTML. So the first instruction of this function is to set the header. Second is we need to send the response back to the client from the server. So we are using the response variable and we are using the dot, and basically it is the conclusion of the response that will given back to the client. So back to the client, we are sending an instruction it is an HTML instruction. You can see we are using the H2 header and we are just using some CSS style here. Style equal to text align center. So the hello world will be text align as a center. So when the client, we are sending this message at the client web page, the hello world will be displayed. Again, I am repeating, it is a server-based programming. So when you run this program, you will run this program in the web browser. Even though you can run this program in Node.js also at console level, but this output hello world will be displayed at the browser window. So this function we have created and passing this function in this server. You can see here listener, and listener is referring this function. It is a variable. So I have created a server in the server variable. It is also a user defined variable. Server, you can give any name here. So when we create a server, we need to listen the server, or you can say we need to communicate with the server. We can communicate with the server with a port number. As you know, in the computer science, whenever we are communicating with the server, we need to follow the port number. Port is the point by which we are sending the data from client to server and receiving the data from server to the client. So we want to connect with this server we have already created, but we want to send the data with a port number. So for example, you can give any port number. For example, the port number is 3000. So server will listen the data at the port number 3000, and we are using this function listen. So with the help of listen function, the server that we have created, server will use the port number 3000 to get the data. So basically it will get the data as to a style, text, align, center, hello world. This data will be listened at the port number 3000. Just for our understanding, we are displaying a message at the Node.js console. So we are using console.log, and just for our information purpose, we are displaying a message server running at HTTP 127.0.0.1. It is a local server. So we are listening at the 3000. So it is a very simple program. If you see it, it has some three main category. One is importing the module. Second is we are creating a function by which we communicate with the client. And second is we are creating a server and we are listening the server. So it is a simple Node.js program. You can give any file name and give the file name extension .js, and you will run this file in a Node.js module. Now, when you run this program, add this IP address at 3000, so it will display the message hello world. Now, how will you run this program? For example, the name of this program is hello.js. And to run this program, for example, you have installed the Node.js as at D drive. So just use the keyword node and have one space and type the name of the file hello.js. So when you run this program, it will display the console output, the output that we have mentioned in console.log. This is the output console.log. So it is not displaying hello world here, because hello world need to be displayed at the web browser page, and you can see the hello world message when you type this URL 127.0.0.1:3000, then you will see the hello world. But when you run this program at the console level, so whatever you want to display at the console, that will be displayed. Basically it is a message to the client and user. You run this program at this URL. So the program starts Node.js server on the local host and listen the board with port number 3000. It is the information of related to program for your understanding purpose. When you run this program, you will open the browser and type this URL, and browser will display this output. This is the output you can see here. So it is displaying the hello world. This is the output in the browser, and this is the one of the output that will be at the console. At the browser, it is displaying the hello world. So it is a very simple Node.js program to display the hello world. So it is just for your information, further understanding of how to work on the Node.js. So one example I have taken, you will run the Node.js program at the web browser. It is possible that you can run some Node.js small program at the command prompt. So you can has built-in interactive cell. We call as we are running some Node.js instruction at the interactive cell. We call as a command prompt. You can execute the instructions here one at a time. So when you are running the instruction, Node.js instruction at command prompt, or you can say DOS prompt. So we call a principle is called REPL. This is called REPL. R meaning is read, evaluate, print, and loop. Meaning is in the interactive cell of Node.js, we have the facility to run the instructions. We have the facility to run the loop also. We have the facility to evaluate the expression, and we have the facility to display the value of your expression. So it is basically has a principle of four fundamental things. You can read, you can evaluate, you can print, and you can loop also. Read meaning is reads user input, parses the input into the JavaScript data structure and stores in the memory. Takes and evaluate the data structure, prints the result, and terminal is ready to receive next input from the user. So instead of going with a Node.js file, Node.js program, for small programs, you can work in command line also. So this facility is available. Now to start the Node.js REPL, that is read, evaluate, print, and loop on your computer, simply enter node in the command terminal. So you just type only node, no need to give any file. Your REPL will be active. You will get this prompt. So at this prompt, you can write many instructions related to Node.js to work directly on the interactive cell, that is on the command prompt, to just for debugging purpose, just for the testing purpose. Now it is written to activate the Node.js REPL. No need to give any file name here. You just type node, this cell will be active. Now to work on the REPL features, it is very useful in experimenting with the Node.js codes and debug JavaScript codes. So in further slides, I will discuss how to work on the REPL. So this is the prompt. That is because of the REPL, and we just type node word in command prompt and we'll get this prompt. So in the REPL features in the interactive cell, you can evaluate the expression. So like 10 plus 20, it is an expression, it becomes 30. Write one string, second string, it is a hello world. We can assign a variable a equal to 10, it is a 10. Then we can assign b variable with the value of 20. You can evaluate the expression a plus b 30. And even you can evaluate a function also, predefined function. Like math is a predefined class and we are calling a random function. So it will create the random value. So you can see with this REPL command prompt, you are able to evaluate, you are able to run the Node.js instructions. Now to come out from the Node.js, you just type .exit. So you will come out from the Node.js, and to start the REPL, you can use Ctrl+C also twice time, and or you can use Ctrl+D also. So these are the other alternative to start the REPL. Now multi-line expression. So Node REPL supports multi-line expression. That is basically it is talking about the loop. You can write that loop also indirectly in Node.js REPL cell. This is the approach. it is one line instruction x equal to 0. So it is displaying value. Now it is the do while loop. You can see it is a multi-line instructions. We just type the do and started a variable x plus plus. We are displaying the value of x, while loop and end of while loop. As you put end of the while loop semicolon, it will display the output of the x, as x is started from initial value was 0 and it is incremented by 1. So it is giving the value from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is displaying the value, because when we will come to the 4, it will give 5 and 5 will be displayed. Now this condition will be false, because 5 is not less than 5. So it will come out from the loop, but it will display the 5 because it is incremented here and we are displaying the value of x here. So it will display the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is a example of multi-line expression, that is you can have multiple line in a one RPL cell. Next, there are many instructions. Important is 3 dots. Just look for 3 dots. 3 dots. This will come automatically when you type this type of multi-line expression. So 3 dots comes automatically when you press enter after the opening the bracket. Nodes automatically checks the continuity of the expression. So you no need to worry about when you will get the next REPL cell or when you get the next command prompt. So it will with the help of dot automatically expression will be continue. So this expression is continue. When you put the semicolon, this whole expression is completed. It is displaying the output. Now one of the example of underscore variable. This is or you can say this is the underscore variable. Okay. So just see here we have variable x equal to 10. Then we have a variable y equal to 20. We have made calculation of x plus y, displaying the value 30. Now I want to assign some value to the z. So I just use the underscore. So what is the use of underscore? To get the last result. So the last result of is 30 because of any evaluation, any expression. Whatever the last result you want to assign to a variable, just use the underscore. So the last result is 30 because addition of x plus y. So 30 will be assigned to the z. This is one of the feature we are using the underscore to store the last result in any variable. So here we are using the underscore. When you put the z, it will display the 30 here. This is the last result of the expression. Now there are some special commands in REPL, and these special commands start from the dot, single dot. We are talking about single dot here. This is the single dot. Okay. So some of the commands are here. So you can see we are using the dot. Then there is a command help. So it is used to show the dot commands, what are the help is available. Then we have dot editor, enables editor mode to write multi-line JavaScript code with, okay. Then we have dot break, when inputting a multi-line expression, entering the dot break command will about further input. Then dot clear, reset the REPL context. Dot load, loads a JavaScript file related to the current working directory. Dot save, saves all your enter in the REPL session to a file. Dot exit, exits the REPL, same as pressing the Ctrl C 2 times. So we have up down, see the command history and modify the previous command, and tab keys, list of the current. So just go back to here. I just want to clarify one thing is here. You can see we have dot exit to exit the REPL, same as pressing Ctrl C 2 times. So with the help of Ctrl C, you can come out from the yes. So with the help of REPL, you can come out from the pressing the Ctrl C 2 times. It is equivalent to the exit command. Okay. So till now we have discussed about this dot commands, and I discussed about one of the simple program of hello world. In my further class, I will discuss about npm. Npm meaning is node package manager. It is one of the part of the node.js by which we can go ahead. So up to as an introductory session, I am keeping my video lecture up to this time. So I discuss about what is the Node.js, how to write the first Node.js program, and there are some of the instructions by which we are using in RPL command. Thank you very much. Thank you.